Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here with the Deuter Speed Lite 23 Slimline.
Hit it.
The Speed Lite is made from 100% recycled materials. It's hydration compatible with a bladder up to 3 litres in size, and it has loads of external attachments for hiking poles and gear loops. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowy's channel. Let's get into it. So your Speed Lite weighs just under 700 grams. It measures 52 centimeters tall by about 27 centimeters wide, off to a great start here, by about 18 centimeters deep. It is made from Blue Sign certified recycled polyester, which as you can see here has a ripstop weave woven through it, so it's nice and strong. On the back of the pack here we have our harness system, which is a nice and light harness system, nothing too crazy or overworked. So we've got some air mesh panels through the back here. I'm not sure if you can see on the angle there's a couple of little indentations of the foam molding here to provide a gentle support for your back, and a little bit of a curve here for that lumbar shape. So the straps have also got a ventilated air mesh panel through them, and they're also lightly padded as well. We've got, moving down the straps here, we've got our adjustment points at the top of the strap harness, so you can get a nice comfortable fit there over the tops of your shoulder. And we've got 2 little elastic loops. They're also on both sides. This is lining up with the hydration system. So the output of the hydration system is at the back here between your shoulder blades, which is pretty great because then you have the option of tailoring which side your hydration hose is going to come down, your left or your right, depending on your preference. We've got on the strap here a couple of different panels. So this one is quite a large mesh panel. The mesh is pretty strong, but it's also got a bit of stretch to it, like nothing too crazy. I have a very old beat up Samsung phone here that I'll pop into the pockets just to give you an indication of fit. So that fits in quite easily and zips up, no issues at all with that one. And on the alternative strap, we've got the other side here, a nifty little elastic loop, which is for hanging your sunglasses in. So I've got a pen here, I'll just give you a little quick demonstration. So you fold up your sunglasses and you pop one of your arms through like so, and they'll just hang here ready to pop them on or off, so you don't end up losing them or crushing them in your bag. And we've got another stretchy mesh panel here, which is probably going to be ideal for muesli bars. Probably would fit a Cliff Bar in there, gels, might even fit a soft 500ml slimline drink bottle potentially. The chest straps that we've got are adjustable. Now they do that by flicking this little flap up on the buckle there, which then allows you to move the chest strap up and down the webbing guide there, and then it locks back into place, so it's not going to slip or move about when you are out hiking, and you've got quite a reasonable length there to stretch across your chest. So the straps are also fully adjustable with this webbing down on the side, and then we've got our little hip pockets, and we've got very light padding. It's not overly dense, I'd say it's only a couple of mil thick, but it's very, very breathable. We've also got, I'll show you here, being a slim line, as I mentioned before, it does mean that it's tailored more for a women's fit. So the body will be a little tiny bit shorter than say a unisex equivalent. But the other indicator is if I fold over the hip belt here, you'll see, or potentially you'll see if I, again, grab my pen as an indicator, there's actually a bit of an angle to the belt as it's folded. So the difference between your unisex bags, which will be straight up and down, is that this is designed more for a curvier fit through the hip, so it would mold a little bit better to your body. So we've got a nice sort of length, reasonable length here that you can adjust out for your waistband as well. And on our hip pocket, which will sit on the right hand side when you're wearing the bag, we've got another big mesh panel here. Again, it's nice and stretchy, not too crazy, it's very solid, so you're not going to be compromising the mesh on that at all. I will just grab my phone again and we'll pop it in that pocket to give you a better idea of the size there. So I'm not sure I'd probably want to wear this on my hip pocket, but it does fit quite comfortably with loads of room to spare. So moving around to the side of the pack here, your little slimline women's fit indicator will come on this piece of paracord, which is pre-tied for you to actually wear it as a bracelet. So this is designed for you to be able to unhook your little label and pop this off and wear it around your wrist if you wanted to. So we've got elastic, we've got these two buckles on the side here, which I'll show you first, which is for cinching in your bag nice and tight, depending on how heavily you want it loaded, or you can release them all the way forward if you've got your bag fully packed with gear. We've got mesh pockets, which we have on either side of the bag that are identical. And I've got a 1 litre Nalgene bottle here, which is a fairly universally known size, and that will fit into the mesh pocket like so. Now that's sort of right down in the seat of that pocket. So as you can see, it's fairly deep. It's probably the maximum amount of stretch that I would want to have on a side pocket like this. So you wouldn't want to do anything much thicker than a Nalgene. And I'd say it is sort of pushing into the bag a little bit there. So I'd say if your pack is really fully loaded, you might not be able to get something as thick as a Nalgene bottle in the side, but either way, it's sitting in there really well. It's not coming out in a hurry. It's a pretty solid little pocket there. So on the front section of the bag, we have a nice big webbing panel, a mesh panel that's breathable here. This is an excellent option for stuffing something in, like say a rain jacket, especially if you're hiking on a day where it's a little bit wet and you don't want to put it inside your bag with the rest of your gear. So this is just a basic Rainbird, nothing ultralight, nothing too crazy, in a women's medium. So I'll just pop that in the pocket just to give you a gauge of the size that we're working with here. So that packs in all the way nice and easily. It's very stretchy. There's still quite a fair bit more give in that as well. So again, if the bag is packed all the way out, you're still going to have no issues chucking in a rain jacket or even like a lightweight fleece or something along those lines as well. Now down either side of the bag, we've got these webbing gear loops that you can attach things to using carabiners or little webbing straps, quick lock straps, things like that. We've also got an extra large loop at the bottom, which is pretty versatile for a couple of different things, but we've also got the opportunity for you to pop your hiking poles on. So I've got these little black diamond Z folds as an example. So we will pop them through that loop like so. And then up the top here, we have our little elastic loop, which is fully adjustable. As you can see, the little toggle's got that hook shape on it, which is for hooking the elastic around. And then you can pull on the toggle like so, and that's going to be a nice secure attachment point. So we've got those on both sides of the bag. Here we go, which will allow you to pop both of your poles in. So I'll loop those off really quickly and chuck the poles to the side. Again, on exactly the same as the other side, we've got our two cinching straps and our large mesh pocket. So I'll undo these in preparation for looking into the bag in a little bit. But up the top, we've got a nice light webbing loop handle, which is really strong and stitched into the supporting structure of the bag, so it's not going to break off anytime soon. And we've got our little valuable stash pocket where you can put your keys and your mobile phone, anything that you might need to reach in a hurry. And we've also got a little key loop there, so you can easily find your keys, maybe even in the dark. So on the inside of the bag, I will pull out this stuffing that we've got, set that aside. So the inside of the bag is pretty basic. So we've got our internal panel for our valuables pocket, which I showed you just before. And then above that, we've got our little gap, which is where we're going to be feeding our hydration hose, which pops out in between the shoulders, like I indicated for you before. And we've got our Velcro tab that will attach to the bladder to keep it upright as the water reduces, so it's not sinking down into the bottom of your bag. And the bladder pocket is very large there, so it does accommodate up to a 3 litre bladder. Will probably be quite versatile to fit a range of different brands and shapes and sizes as well. And we can see just on the inside here, we've got a very light, nothing too crazy, but a very light hoop frame that keeps that bag sitting nice and rigid and strong. Being a 23 litre capacity, you do have the option to carry a bit more stuff than you might have on a smaller day pack. And this just gives you that functional framework to keep the harness system as comfortable as possible whilst maintaining the lightness of the bag. So that's about it for the Deuter Speed Lite 23 SL or Slimline Women's Fit Pack. You can get this at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day.